chance is basically about your luck, to make sure you're always blessed and
Right,
lucky,
right,
right?
right.
Bain protection is for protection. So they bathe you in this stuff so you can always be protected.
Oh wow.
While in a Haitian culture, when you don't understand God, that God is your protection,
Yeah.
you look to the voodoo spirits that walk with your family, right? Like I shared in my episodes that there are 12 demons that walk in the Godin family,
Right,
because my
right.
grandmother was a priestess. And when they believe that, they want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that the children are covered by those spirits.
Right.
So that was probably her reasoning for doing it
Right,
for
right.
her boys, especially being
Yeah, to
boys,
protect them.
to
Yeah.
do the protection
Right,
over the
right.
boys, not realizing that you're inviting Satan into the lives of your children.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that Haitians especially have to understand. And even those who practice any form of voodooism, you're opening your children up
Yeah.
to demonic attack
Right, right.
because they don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. That's why, I always say like parents got to be very careful because there's only two sides. There's God's way of doing things and there's the devil way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I could say even though that she did those things, that's why I said the one thing that I appreciate about her is that she made sure we got that word.
Amen.
We went to somebody's church and heard Jesus. Although we didn't
Amen.
understand much, but like I said, it's the seed.
Amen.
But the turning point, when I was young, what happened to me when I was young, my mother died.
Mm.
And that's when everything changed.
Okay.
Yeah. So seeing my mom go through all that, what she went through, and at the age of 11, I remember prior to her death, she was always back and forth in the hospital, going in the hospital, going outside the country. But we didn't know what was going on. Like,
Mm.
we was like, as little kids, we like, why our mom is not around no more? She don't love us anymore. So we're little kids here, and we're
Mm-hmm.
asking these questions. But the adults, they didn't want to tell us the details or what was going on. Like, your mom is probably on the verge of death. She's very, very ill. She's sick. So I guess in a sense, the older adults, protected us in a sense because mentally as kids, we wasn't there yet to
Mm-hmm.
handle that kind of truth at that point.
Yeah.
So I would never forget. And I still think about that moment to this day when my aunt came, from her country, and she said, "You're not going to see your mother again."
Your mom died in Haiti,
Yeah,
so it must have been voodoo related.
yeah. She died in Haiti, and I remember my auntie sharing the details with her friends that everybody was shocked. So the death is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but the other thing is who gonna take care of all those kids?
Mm.
8 kids.
8 kids.
Who we're not teenagers.
You're small.
We're little kids.
Yeah.
Who gonna take care of these little kids?
Yeah.
So the whole family was like in disarray, like, oh man, like who gonna take care of who? So my aunt already had 4 kids, my three cousins, yeah, like 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
No, 5 kids at the time that I knew of, 5 kids. So my auntie already had 5 kids of her own.
Mm.
So what my auntie did, and my mother had different baby daddies. So my aunt was like, okay, these two gonna go to this
Mm-hmm.
family. This group, this one gonna go to that.
Mm-hmm.
And my auntie said, I'm gonna keep 3.
Mm.
So Monty already had 5 and she kept 3.
So she ended up having 8 children of
Yeah,
altogether.
yeah,
Ooh, okay.
yeah. And I got to give shout out to my aunt too, because she didn't have to do it. You
Yeah.
don't have aunts like that.
Mm.
You don't have aunties like that.
Trust me.
You don't have aunties like that.
Trust me.
Yeah. So my aunt, she had 5 of her own. 2 was already in her country. 3 was already living with her. And then she took 3. So she took me. She took one of my older brothers, and she took my little sister,
Okay.
the one that's on fire for the Lord right now.
Okay.
So she took her. So now my aunt went from having 3 people in the house, 4 including her, to now having 7 people in the household. And it was a 1-bedroom.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a 1-bedroom. So when she said our mother died, you could hear the scream of us. We were all crying. And I still can hear that scream to my ears to this day. Because we were all little kids. We were crying. We're hugging each other. And that's why I said, I know we genuinely loved each other. I mean, as you grow up, you like, hold on, you don't love me no more?
Yeah.
You forgot when our mother died, we were all like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how it was. We were all screaming and crying, and we hugged each other. But this is what happened, right? So now you don't have no mother.
No father.
No father. My auntie is constantly working.
Mm-hmm.